Hey, Cal. Hey, Iz. Just wait for a few more people to join and then we'll get started. Yes, I did cut my hair. I've chopped it all off. Oh, God. Thanks, Cal. Just as more people start joining, because otherwise it's just going to be me sitting here staring into space. So today, sorry guys, I feel like my reception's going to keep on going in and out. So yeah, I just wanted to start by saying a massive thank you to all of our staff. It's coming to the end of the school term, and I just want to say thank you to our schools. I want to say thank you to our team, because our team are absolutely amazing. It wouldn't be possible without any of them, and also thank you to all of our followers and people who join our lives each week and stuff like that. It's really important for us to just express how thankful and grateful we are for you guys, because you are the reason why we keep on doing what we're doing, and also the young people who just continue to show us how amazing and resilient they are no matter what they've been through. I mean, they've been in and out of school. It's been a really, really difficult year. And yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you and a massive well done to our young people as well, because they're really just pushing through, and they've just handled this whole situation around COVID, around lockdown, all of this kind of stuff, not having a consistent amount of education, which we all know is extremely important for young people, but for them to still have done well with their end of term exams. I know a few of my young people that I speak with, they've had their end of year exams as well, which they've worked really hard towards, and they're all smashed it, and they're all doing really well. Holes, I've not gone as short as you, but I've definitely gone a lot shorter. It's time for a change. So yeah, let's just speak to you guys about our mentoring scheme that we've got in place. It's absolutely amazing. I have been going into a couple of different schools and also doing some online sessions as well. And what I try to do is just work with young people who I feel, or the schools have felt, like really are struggling with certain things in school. So just to give you an example, a lot of my students have got problems with punctuation. Sorry guys, I'm just getting messages through WhatsApp. Can everyone just confirm that if I'm freezing, or if my signal's really bad, or if you can still see me? I'm not cutting out or freezing, am I? If I am, I'll have to move into a different room. It should be okay. So with the mentoring scheme, I've been working alongside a number of students who might have been struggling with punctuation, attendance. Some of our students have got deeper underlying issues that need to be dealt with, and the schools have invited us in and basically expressed an interest in our services to help support these young people. The reason why this is something that's, I would say, I'm extremely passionate about, and I'm very, very, to me, it doesn't feel like a job, because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy speaking to young people. I enjoy hearing their perspective, because we've all been there. We've all been a teenager. We know how confusing and difficult it can be, but unfortunately, a lot of us didn't have the opportunities and the luxuries to be able to have someone like our organisation or anyone from our organisation come into schools and try and support us, as well as the school supporting, and as well as other external companies as well. So there's a lot more support out there at the moment, which I do believe that young people need it. So with regards to the mentoring scheme, how it works is you can either speak to your school and see if they can invite us in through the actual school, but you can also self-refer your young person. So if it's a younger sibling, maybe you're a carer, a parent, an aunt, an uncle, grandparent, whatever it is, if you've got a young person that you feel like needs additional support, not with revision and being a tutor or anything like that, because I'm not the best at that kind of stuff either, but we can assist. We can definitely assist with young people who might potentially be struggling with things such as anxiety, stresses of school. If there are issues at home, we can always talk it through, and we can refer them onto organisations and companies that we feel like would be better for them. But definitely, we will do our best to try and support that student as much as we can. So each student tends to get 5 sessions. If we feel like, or if you feel like the young person or the student needs some additional support after those 5 sessions have finished, we have the availability to be able to add more young people onto our list. We will actually be continuing offering our mentoring services all the way through the summer holidays. So I know some young people are not really going to be too happy about potentially having to do it during the school holidays, but if you haven't managed to get your young person booked in during term time, we can always assist during the summer holidays. It'll probably be more so over Zoom, but if you did want face-to-face meetings as well, that is potentially something we could accommodate, as well as long as the parent or the carer or the grown-up, shall I say, is happy for us to do so. I'm more than happy to come out during the summer holidays and meet up with young people. I've got no problem doing that whatsoever. So yeah, that's our mentoring scheme. It's going really, really well. We've had a number of schools book in, which we've started, and I just feel like because I create a space where I don't make young people feel like they're going through counselling or they're going through therapy. It's not about that. It's about me being another fellow, I mean, I'm older than them, but another fellow young person who can relate to how they're feeling on some scale and relate to some of their issues that they may have had during school. And it's just about having a chat. We just create a place where they can just speak. They can just speak about how they feel. If they want to come and moan about a friend, or they want to come and moan about a teacher, or they want to come and moan about something that's happening in school, all of that is completely fine. Now, when it comes to confidentiality, the only time that I would break any confidentiality is if I believe that there's a safeguarding issue, which we have actually experienced with one. I'm not obviously going to go into too much detail, but we have experienced one mentoring session that I've had, which we now feel like we have to go back to the school and discuss with the school about some potential safeguarding issues with some students within that school. So that's what we'll also do. We won't kind of keep secrets from parents or anything like that. If they are just having a moan about their mum or having a moan about their dad or something like that, we're not going to break the confidentiality unless we feel like they're at harm or they might potentially inflict harm on someone else. So it's a good thing for young people to feel safe and be able to feel comfortable enough to just speak their mind. Sometimes, especially nowadays with young people in their friendship groups and the pressures that young people and teenagers have on them to kind of fit in, they don't necessarily know how to express themselves in the best way. They don't really know how to communicate in the best way. So it's about us giving them those skills and providing them with different techniques and ways that they can handle situations better, the ways that they can communicate better. So say, for example, a couple of my young people have potential anger problems, so we work on different coping mechanisms, we work on different strategies and different ways that they can deal with their anger a bit better, and also communicate when they're angry. That's the most important thing, is being able to communicate with their teacher, with their parent or something like that. I know how frustrating it can be sometimes when you just can't get the right words out. If you're feeling a certain type of way but you can't put your finger on it, or you can't explain how you feel, I can understand how frustrating that can be for some young people. I mean, I even feel frustrated if I can't think of the right word to explain how I'm feeling at the moment. Even I get frustrated and annoyed. So I can relate to young people on that kind of basis. So yeah, if anyone does want to get in contact with us, we can obviously send over potential resources if you feel like you would rather just use some of our resources and work with your young person yourself. But we would love to have any more referrals. We're happy to have anyone come on board, and yeah, if anyone's got any more questions or they'd like to find out how they can actually join or refer their young person, you can send us a DM, you can send us an email. So there's a number of different ways that you can contact us. So yeah, now with the next term coming up, we are really, really, really excited to be back in schools. I'll be completely honest. I enjoy these lives. I think they're amazing, but my whole passion when it comes to peer-to-peer education is actually working with young people. That's my goal, that's my plan, that's what I enjoy doing. So it's super, super exciting to be back in schools basically, and being able to be on that one-to-one basis with young people. So from next term, we're going to be going back into schools to deliver our life skill sessions. Now, for anyone who is unaware of what we actually do behind the scenes, and the things that we go into schools and we talk about, I'll have to try and reel off all the different subjects that we do off the top of my head. But we tend to speak to young people. So when it comes to sex, we talk about whether young people are ready, when you're ready, the signs to look out for, when you feel like you might be pressured into having sex and you may not actually feel ready yourself. So it's exploring all the consequences of someone engaging in sex before they're ready. And this will hopefully help young people to just think a little bit more rationally, and we can avoid major consequences like teen pregnancies. We can avoid STIs. We can also prevent the kind of mental strain that it would have on young people as well, because I feel like when a young person is exposed to things that are just a bit too old for them, or mentally they're not prepared for it, it can sometimes have a long-standing negative effect. Rather than them just feeling a little bit uncomfortable or awkward, it may potentially be a trigger for them in the future if they did engage in sexual relations with someone who may potentially have hurt them, or they might have. A lot of people tend to be quite emotionally invested when it comes to sex. So if you're investing your time and your emotion into something so important, such as sex, it's important to look at the mental side of things as well, because it's not always just about the physical. So then we discuss contraceptives, we discuss STIs. They're always the funny lessons. I absolutely love delivering those lessons, because these kids are just like, oh my god, miss, you're putting a condom on a plastic willy, oh my god. It's like, wow. And then during the STI lesson, we actually show them pictures of what different STIs could potentially look like, as well as explaining all the symptoms to them. We like to show them pictures. It's it is gross, I'll be completely honest with you. Even sometimes I'm like, oh my God, that looks so sore, that looks painful. But it's important for them to actually visualize and see exactly what these symptoms look like, because if any of them were to contract one of these STIs, they would know what to look out for. So it's not about us. I understand that some parents might feel like it's a little bit too uncomfortable, or it's a bit of a touchy subject. But we believe that education is key. We believe that education is the best medicine. And we believe that showing people, or giving them the skills, to be able to kind of look out for these things and protect themselves and all of that kind of stuff. If they have the skills early on, it won't kind of carry through into their adult life, and they continue making the same mistakes, and they're not being safe, and they're not protecting themselves, and all of that kind of stuff. As well as some of these STIs being permanent. They're not, like, when you look at things such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, these are things that can be kind of cured and corrected through medication. But if someone was to contract HIV, all of these kind of diseases and STIs that will effectively make you very, very ill, it's so important to just remind young people of that as well, because you've got a whole scale of STIs, ones that are quite mild, and then you've got the complete other end of the spectrum, and they're so severe and so serious that it's just not something that can be overlooked and brushed to the side. It's so important that we're speaking to young people about these kind of things. So yeah, that's the kind of sex aspect of it. And then obviously we do a contraceptive lesson as well, where we go in with our little cases with all the different types of contraceptives in there, and we just get them out. We let them touch them, we let them feel them, we like show them how to use them, not exactly show them, but we explain how they're supposed to be used, so that they're just educated going forward. Then we touch on things such as gun and knife crime, gang awareness. These are, I would say, probably in the top 3 of most important things that we need to be going into schools and speaking to young people about. Because unfortunately, it's really sad actually that there just seems to be an increase in shootings, stabbings, the increase in young people being arrested, the increase in young people being caught and found with guns and knives on them. And we have a real passion about trying to drill into these young people's heads that this is not the route that you want to take in life. That's not the road that you want to take. You don't want to live that life. It's a life full of stress. It's a life full of worry. It's a life full of being scared. So these are the facts that we try and hit them with. We also give them like scenarios and actual news reports and stuff like that to show them that it really is happening. So it's out in the world. You could walk out of your house and be mistaken for someone who's part of a gang member, then you get into an altercation or etc. There's just so many different avenues to explore to try and let these young people know about the consequences of being involved in a gang, carrying a weapon, and we just believe that it's really, really important. And then we go on to discuss things such as like forced marriages, FGM, which kind of come hand in hand with cultural things as well. So we just want to inform young people that just because something is part of a culture, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's right, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's safe. So that's where FGM and forced marriages come in hand. So with forced marriages, we speak to them about potential signs that they could look out for if there is a young person or one of their peers in school that is exhibiting some of these signs, that you could not necessarily confront them and say, oh my God, you're being forced to marry someone. Like, it doesn't need to be done like that. We just give them ways and show them ways to be able to approach these situations correctly. Also not to just accuse people of things. That is a list of signs that we give them. So like people becoming like more reserved, not really coming to school, going on holiday for long periods of time over a year. So they're not really in school, they're not really attending school, they're behind on their schoolwork. All of these different signs that they need to look out for as warning signs. And we just advise them that the best thing for you to probably do is, if you do have a concern, to express it to a teacher. Just speak to a teacher and say, Miss, I had this lesson with Zen. She showed me some signs of someone who's potentially at risk of being forced into a marriage, or someone who's at risk of or has heard someone speaking about FGM or something like that. Whatever it is, they look out for these signs and they're able to communicate it better. Now, the whole reason why we do all of these lives and we do these sessions and stuff like that is because we believe that communication is key. We believe that if a young person is able to communicate in the correct way, then problems can be resolved better and easier. So rather than us assuming and them also assuming, we can communicate and speak to each other and resolve it like that. I remember after a couple of sessions that I had done a couple of years ago, and I remember one of the sessions that I had just delivered, it was to do with like body confidence. So it was talking about how the media influences young people to believe that they need to look a certain way, and that they need to there's basically a beauty standard that is completely unreachable. It's impossible to reach that level without undergoing surgery, altering your pictures, Photoshop, all of these kind of things. And I remember this girl came to me after the session, and she said to me, Miss, I feel a little bit uncomfortable speaking to you about this. So I was like, okay, if it's too uncomfortable for you, then you don't need to speak to me about it. It's completely fine. But if you would like to speak about it, we can. So she then went on to speak to me about how she's really insecure about the way that she looks. She's been thinking about having plastic surgery, and this girl was 14. So I sat back and I said, this is the reason why we come in here and we speak to you about this kind of stuff, because you have been made to feel like that because you've got a bigger nose, or because you haven't got big lips, or because you haven't got this or you haven't got that means that you are not beautiful. Everyone is beautiful in their own way. It doesn't mean everyone has their own choices. Once they're an adult, they have their own choices to be able to go and get plastic surgery if they want to do that. But as a 14-year-old girl, the last thing you need to be worrying about is plastic surgery. So I just reassured her and just made her feel like she doesn't necessarily have a reason to be insecure. I said, you just need to worry about school. Worry about your education. Don't worry about what you look like right now. Just worry about doing well in life. It doesn't always have to be about your looks. And I would say she felt a bit better after the conversation. She felt a bit better, and it also is rewarding for me too. I feel great when a child feels like or a young person feels like they have actually absorbed the information that I've provided them with. On the other hand, there are a number of students who, oh my God, Carls, I love that. Kind of just said, not all heroes wear capes, some wear P2P shirts. Yay! I mean, I haven't got one on today. I've just got my summary top on, but definitely. But yeah, then you've got the kind of other side of it where you've got young people who have obviously got high immaturity levels. They're not mature, they're not adults. So for them to be absorbing some of the information that I'm providing them with, sometimes it can make them become very silly, very giddy. I have also had a number of things. We give out these evaluation things. I mean, this is one for the mentoring, but we give out evaluation forms at the end of each session so that we can get feedback from all these young people to basically see if we're doing our job. And on some of these sheets, I've had some ridiculous questions. I've had some ridiculous comments. I remember once I was delivering a session about sex, and I was talking to them about consent. And a boy asked me, he said, Miss, if someone was to put their penis in someone's belly button, would that be consent? I said, what do you mean? He said, oh no, because obviously that would be penetrating, no? And I said, not really, bit weird, but no, it's not. So I just went on to explain to him that what penetrative sex actually means, and that it would probably be frowned upon, and you probably would still need someone's consent to do that, but I would avoid doing that in the future. But yeah, so sometimes it's really funny. Sometimes I can have a laugh and a joke with these kids, and some of them are just amazing. They're really amazing kids. They just want to learn, and I'm just excited to get back on it and get back into schools and be able to have that face-to-face interaction with a whole group of 30 kids. Sometimes there was a few times that me and Holly, who is on the live, she also used to be a peer educator as well, where we had to deliver a session to 100 and something kids in an assembly. And it's just like, how do you stand up in an assembly in front of 100 and something 13 to 15 year olds talking to them about sex? It's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. The whole room, when you say certain things, the whole room just erupts. And you just have to realise that these are young people. They're kids. Of course they're going to find it funny. Of course they're going to find it like they're going to be giddy and embarrassed and feel a little bit uncomfortable about it. But as long as we can make it fun and educational at the same time, I have no problem with young people laughing at some of the stuff that I say. I've got no problem with it whatsoever. So just for like the grown-ups of young people on here, if you wanted a bit more information into the sessions that we will actually be delivering in your schools as well, by all means contact us, send us a message, a DM, or you can email us like I said earlier, if you just want to know exactly what we're teaching your kids. Because I know my son is in year 5 at the moment, and he's currently doing sex education in PSHE. And they send you home a consent form, and they send you home an email, and they write an exact list of everything they're going to be teaching your kids and speaking to your kids about. And if you feel like you want that from us, we are more than happy to provide you with that. We just want to reassure parents that we're not going into schools and just teaching your kids about how to have sex. It's not about that. It's about when they eventually get to that point of wanting to engage in sex, that they are safe and ready to do so. We also want to provide them with skills to be able to go through life and look out for warning signs, look out for things that they can do to keep them safe and ensure that they're being safe. It's the same way that we teach our kids to look both ways when you cross. It's the exact same thing. So they're going through life, they're learning different things, they're going to be exposed to different things that they've never experienced before in their life. So what's wrong with us making sure that they're equipped to do that? But like I said, if any parents or carers or anything want reassurance, we're more than happy to give you as much information as possible. We are also, guys, still offering the free workbooks. So if anyone would like some educational resources for the summer holidays, so your kids are not just playing Fortnite or on TikTok the whole time, by all means send us over a message and we can get that emailed over to you as well. But what I'm going to do, I know we've got a few people joined, but this is also kind of like a question and answer thing as well. So if anyone's got any questions, please by all means put them in the comment box. If I haven't answered anything, or you want a bit more information and you actually want me to speak about it right now, please by all means drop a comment in the comment box, and yeah, I'm happy to answer any of your questions. So I'll give you a few minutes. If anyone wants to ask any questions, I'll let you put them in the box, but if not, then we'll just start concluding our live. Okay, so the first question from our lovely Carly. So she said, do we have any sessions on financial management for young people? This is an amazing question because this is actually something that we're in the process of introducing as well. Another thing that Peer2Peer are passionate about is also setting young people up to be financially prepared for the future. So this is something that we're in the process of sorting out, and again, it will be offered in schools. I'm not too sure how else we're going to be delivering those sessions, but we will definitely update everyone. Everything will be put on our Instagram and our website, so just watch this space. So Hina, our wonderful CEO, has asked, what support would parents benefit from? So if anyone has any suggestions in the comments as parents of young people, please by all means let us know what different types of support that you could also receive from us as well. What we're actually potentially going to be looking into is creating like Zoom kind of chat rooms for parents to join into, so that they can also understand how to support their young person when we're not around. So we're going to be introducing that. So I literally cannot explain to you how excited I am with how many things we have coming. There are so many exciting plans that we've got, and I'm not even just like over exaggerating. They are so exciting, and we are just on the road to growing peer-to-peer to being this amazing, massive organisation, and you're going to hear about us, trust me. So our lovely Shan, she's asked, how does the mentoring program work? So I don't know if you joined a bit late, Shan, but I did explain it a little bit at the beginning, but I'm happy to just kind of go over it quickly again. So with the mentoring program, you're either referred over from the school, your young person is either referred over from the school, or you can actually directly refer yourself as well. So all you need to do is just get in contact with us, give us a little bit about what help you feel like the young person needs, and we will be able to tell you basically yes or no if we can support that young person, or if we feel like they need to be referred on to another organisation that may be able to support them better. But the majority of the time we are able to support that young person, and we're able to enrol them onto our mentoring scheme. So yeah, if you need any more information on that, we're more than happy to kind of talk you through it. That's completely fine. So we've had an amazing question, and it says, how can you join the mentoring program how can I become a mentor? Now this is an amazing question, because this is also something that we're in the process of getting started. We previously used to have a number of peer educators that used to work for us, but we are going to be open to exploring taking more people on. Definitely, it's something that we're in the process of discussing. So if you'd like to, I'm sorry, but your Instagram name is the Creatress Ras. So if you would like to just send us a DM, and just we can definitely get someone to send you over a message, and we can just explain it in online safety is one of our subjects, but we're going to discuss more so around particular apps such as Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, all of these apps that these young people are obsessed with at the minute. We're going to be delivering sessions on how important it is to be safe, but we're in the kind of Zoom chats and Zoom chat rooms that we're going to be starting up with parents and carers and adults as well. We're also going to be speaking to you about how you can look out for ensuring that you're protecting your kids at home as well, making sure that they're not exploring on their phone and exposing themselves to things that they shouldn't be exposed to, speaking to people online, all of these kind of stuff. We're going to provide parents with the skills to be able to support them at home as well. So yeah, we've got big things coming, and I'm super excited. Just keep a lookout. Okay, lovely. Yeah, just send us a DM and someone will get back to you, hun. Sorry, I think it might be my reception. But yeah, send us over a DM and someone will definitely get back to you. But yeah, so I hope this has kind of cleared up and explained what we do at Peer2Peer. I know I've been rambling on the whole time, but if anyone does need any more information or would like to get someone enrolled on the mentoring program, because like I said, remember, we are pushing it all the way through the summer holidays. It can be via Zoom, or we can meet face to face, even if it's a situation of us meeting up in a library, or we'd have to explore the different ways that we'd be able to potentially meet up in person. But it's definitely something that we'll be able to accommodate and cater to. So that's not a problem at all. But if you do want to enroll a young person, please send us over a message. You can send us email, DM, and we will get back in contact with you and basically just enroll your young person onto the mentoring course. Okay. Now, if anyone else has any more questions, you've got 30 seconds before I make a move. But it has been absolutely amazing. I just want to reiterate what I said at the beginning, and I just want to say thank you so much to our followers, to our schools that have been absolutely amazing with supporting us and ensuring that we can put our messages out there and really try and support these young people as much as we can. And that wouldn't be possible without all of our amazing followers and our people that come and join our lives, and all of this kind of stuff is absolutely amazing. But yes, we look forward to keeping you guys updated on the number of things that we're going to be introducing, and we will be back. Will it be next week or the week after? I don't know. I need to confirm. But we will be back with a lovely guest at our next live, during our next live, which I'm super, super excited for. But I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their evening, and happy Thursday, and we'll catch up with you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.